There's a guy from Stanford. He's a scientist. He's been studying apes and human beings for 40 years. And he's come up with this conclusion that there's no such thing as free will, that there's no, our fate is set, that we are programmed such that they can predict what we will do on a regular, that they can create algorithms without even the data that they gather on us based upon our background, our experiences, and so forth. With just a baseline of that, they can figure out what you'll do for the rest of your life, that you really have no choice. It's been preset. And that can be kind of a dangerous thing. Why? Because then, if you're a person who fits the profile of a person who would commit crimes, then there becomes a basis, a scientific basis, a data driven basis to lock you up now. If they can believe that you'd become a person who would create mayhem, do all these sort of things, they can limit you now. If you're a person who deemed to be beneficial to society, they can give you benefits now. It's as if our future, seemingly becoming freer now, is in fact getting darker and darker and darker. And to me, that's a major problem. But despite the scientific part, the so-called scientific part, to me it reminds me of things like the bell curve and all the science that determines what people will be based upon what science can collect. I don't pay too much mind, because we serve a kind of God who is about repentance, about renewing our minds, about being born again. And while man is going to put together all sorts of things to pigeonhole people, didn't Paul do that with people? Didn't the Egyptians do that with the people of God? All throughout history, these are what people did. Concentration camps, bondage, selling people. It's the same old story, just wearing a new cloak. And that's why it's very important for us to listen to what God says, because there are people who are planning right now to put you in a box. The people right now who are going to look at your past. There are people right now who, because of who you are and what you've gone through in life, feel that you are either worthy or worth less. And that is an abomination, because God knows every hair on your head. He's able to turn things around. I mentioned Paul. Didn't he turn Paul around? Didn't he turn Moses around? Flavius Josephus said that Abraham himself was an idol maker. Didn't God turn him around and make him the father of faith? All these things that humans are trying to do is not always to our benefit, because man seeks to make order of things according to what man wants to accomplish. And if you're deemed useful, you're deemed useful to man. That's why it's so important for us to really give God what is God's and give Caesar what is Caesar. And this fake science, this categorization of people, this superstition that we have that's being projected upon us as it being science, is nothing but a way of furthering a worldview, rather than it's really believing in what God made and how beautiful it is. So hold your head up. Even scientists and politicians, your neighbors, your job, are going to tell you what you can't accomplish. But when God makes you a new creature, you are a new creature indeed.